So you're thinking of moving to Abbotsford, BC. I want to be covering the 7 things you need to know before you move to Abbotsford so you can make it easier for yourself, you can make it more smooth, and we don't have any issues later. My name is Dill Preet. You can call me Dill. I know all the ins and outs of Abbotsford, and I want to make your transition very, very easy. So what do you need to know before you actually make your move? And the first thing I'm going to cover is the location of Abbotsford. Abbotsford is located in the Fraser Valley. That's the region we're in. We're about an hour away from Vancouver, and from my place, it really depends on where you live in Abbotsford. Some people can get to the border in 5 minutes. So the US border from me is about 15 minutes away. I love the location of Abbotsford because I'm more of an outdoorsy person. And then Abbotsford's kind of right in the heart of the valley. So if I want to go east or west, I have good hiking trails. I have good nature to see either way. I don't like big crowds, so I don't want to be in Vancouver. Way smaller, way less of a population. Getting close to 150, no, we are at 150K and growing. It's a very convenient location for commuting, and a lot of people commute to and from Abbotsford. The Highway 1, runs right through. You get plenty of exits. So Abbotsford is great for commuters, great location in my opinion. But it's also going to depend on what you want in your city. I think Abbotsford is great because I love that quiet lifestyle. If you prefer more of a fast-paced lifestyle, you don't mind the rush hours and all the traffic and all that kind of stuff, then you can go ahead to Vancouver or closer to Vancouver. The second thing you need to know before moving to Abbotsford is what are your transportation options? Most people in Abbotsford are going to be driving. So most people I know growing up, most people were driving. There is a good portion of people who also take the bus. The busing system in Abbotsford is mediocre in my opinion because it's a smaller city. It's not going to be as good as Vancouver, like all these other places because it's a smaller city. So it has more like infrequent stops. It doesn't service. It services most of Abbotsford, but it doesn't get out to all the nooks and crannies. And it can be time consuming getting to neighborhoods that are further away or cities that are further away. The third thing I want to cover is the amenities available in Abbotsford. So we've got 2 major shopping malls. We've got West Oaks and we've got High Street. Do I think they're fantastic shopping malls? No. I don't really care much for shopping though. I don't like shopping. So I'm happy with those type of malls. If you need bigger malls, you can drive out to Langley, Willowbrook. It takes you 20 minutes to get there, let's say at least 25. And that mall is phenomenal. If you want to go a bit further, you can go to Guildford Mall, which is in Surrey. On a good day, you can get there in 30 minutes, 35, 40 minutes. So these places, there's fantastic malls. If you just drive a bit further, in Abbotsford, the malls are okay. One of my favorite things to do is eat. I love food. I love eating, and Abbotsford is amazing for it because there's such a diverse population. I think this is one of the reasons. There's so many different small businesses that offer different kinds of food. So it doesn't really matter what you want to try. Good chance it's likely available. Again, not as a wide variety as bigger cities, but for the size of Abbotsford, for its population, because it's diverse, I believe you can get tremendous food options. So if you're a foodie, it's a great place to be. And I talked about it a little bit earlier, but lots of nature in Abbotsford. So lots of trails, lots of hiking, lots of places to go walking. We have a lake if you want to go swimming, and lakes also close by, not in Abbotsford. Close drive, close commute if you want to get to and have a really good time. So we do have lots of different types of restaurants. We have bars. The one thing we're kind of missing is a nightclub. The only nightclub we kind of had in Abbotsford just got closed. It was open for quite a while. So the nightlife in Abbotsford, I would say, is abysmal. So if you're moving here for the nightlife, I don't think it's the best place to be. Or if you don't mind commuting, like you can commute to Langley. Again, it's right along the highway. There's good clubs, nightclubs, 25-minute drive away, 20-minute drive away, not very far. So if you're willing to make that drive, pay less for housing out here, you can do your clubbing and do all that stuff. I think Abbotsford is more tailored towards family, or it's more family focused, more community focused. So it's not all about the partying. If you're raising your kids, you're just trying to raise your family, give them the best education possible, have a good life with them, then Abbotsford is a good place to be. And that ties us into the fourth thing, which I want to talk about, which is community and lifestyle. So Abbotsford is a very tight-knit community, in my opinion. And I've already stated the city has a rich cultural diversity. So a lot of the events that happen, the city puts on tons of different events, but a lot of the events that happen are very culturally diverse. So we have a Vaisakhi parade, we have, Christmas tree lighting, there's a Christmas parade, there's a berry festival, there's a ton of different events that the city hosts that fit for everyone. So lifestyle wise, you can work, you can play, and you can relax in Abbotsford. What else would you really want? And the fifth thing that I want to cover is housing and real estate. It also really depends on what you're comparing it to. If you're comparing it to other cities in the Lower Mainland, Abbotsford is generally more affordable. Like if you're looking at Vancouver, Langley, Burnaby, Richmond, all those places, Abbotsford is generally cheaper. If you're looking at places like, let's say, Mission or Chilliwack, they might have Abbotsford beat in pricing, but everywhere else really in the Lower Mainland, you will find higher prices. I'm a little bit new to YouTube, and I don't know if I can put like a video I've made or a tab somewhere on the screen, but if I can, I'll put it somewhere here because I made a cost of living video. You can head to there. I break down all the average costs of housing and renting in Abbotsford. The sixth thing that I'm going to cover is opportunities in education, or just education in general. I think the Abbotsford School District is amazing. It's a great place for students to be. How would I know this? I've been a teacher in the Abbotsford School District for 7 to 8 years now. So great district to not only work in, I've also grew up in this district. So I've gone through the system. Great to be a student here as well. There's public schools available, there's private schools available. So you have those two options. Really depends on what you want to go for. A lot of the private schools have like a religious component to them. So if you're not into that, then the public schools may be what's for you. And in Abbotsford, there also is a university. So we have University of the Fraser Valley based out of Abbotsford, quite a big university. People from all over the Fraser Valley, Lower Mainland, go to the University of the Fraser Valley. That's where I personally went. I did my undergrad in accounting there. Had a great time. I thought the profs were great. There was a bit of bottlenecks because it is a smaller university to get into some of the higher level courses, which was the only issue. But I think it's a good university to at least start off in. I finished my whole degree there, that I did more elsewhere. But I think it's a great place to even start off at. So a lot of people I know will go do their 2-year degree or 2-year diploma. So they'll be halfway into their bachelor's. And then a lot of those credits actually transfer over into most major universities. So if you have a child, they're not really sure what they want to do, or their grades might not be high enough, well, they can get into university, do their first 2 years, hopefully crush it, and then take the step up, go to like, let's say a UBC or somewhere else. Now we're on to our seventh point here. I'm going to talk about the economy and job opportunities. I think job opportunities in Abbotsford are widely available, especially in the agricultural sector. That's kind of a big thing here. Industrial is big here. Manufacturing is big here. Education is big. Tech is starting to get a little bit bigger here. But there is a lot of job opportunities available. Personally, like I said, I'm a teacher. The school district will be begging for teachers. So if you've got a teaching degree and you need a job, you could probably easily get a full-time job in Abbotsford. You've hired a lot of TOCs who are even uncertified to teach. So if teachers are sick, there's uncertified TOCs. They still have some type of degree stepping in to help out, but they're desperate for teachers right now in Abbotsford. I think it's a general trend in a lot of places in BC because the cost of living is so high. Teachers get paid similar amounts in different parts of the province or out of province, so not a lot of teachers might want to stick around. But if you're a teacher, you're moving to Abbotsford, can be an easy job for you to get. Abbotsford's also very business friendly, so if you want to be your own boss, it's also a great place to be. It's a great place to thrive. So that's it. I've covered the 7 different things you need to know before moving to Abbotsford. I can't remember off the top of my head. I got them in my notes here. So we talked about location. We talked about transportation options. We talked about local amenities that are available. We talked about community and lifestyle. Covered housing and real estate for you. The different education and the different schools available. And I also covered job market and the economy. So overall, I think Abbotsford is a great place to live, great place for families especially. So if you've got a family, young family, older family, you're looking to move to Abbotsford, you need some help, you want to make the transition as smooth as possible, hit me up at the link below, fill in the form, I will reach out to you. I hope you have a great day.